Alright, welcome back to We Play Games. I'm Walker, and here we are in Victoria 3 resuming Liberty or Death, our campaign with Haiti where we're aiming to ban slavery in the world. We have managed, with the assistance of the Qing, to ban slavery in the entirety of the New World. We do need to ban slavery in the Ottoman Empire, and they are part of the German Customs Union, so it's conceivable that Germany will jump in to support the Ottomans, so I'd like to build our navy up just a little bit more in case we need to break through a German naval blockade. But there are some areas where we're going to be able to ban slavery, German naval blockade or not. For instance, we are going to be able to ban slavery in Transvaal as well as in Messina pretty easily. We do need to be wary of getting too much infamy too fast, at least until we can turn Peru-Bolivia into a protectorate, because we have an obligation here, so all we need is a smidge of army power and our infamy level to drop below 25, and then we can turn Peru-Bolivia into a protectorate for a song. Anyone can leave a customs union, but protectorates, they are yours, and we have experience as a protectorate because we're protectorate of Great Britain for like 4 decades. Let's go ahead and just conquer Messina. Seems like a pretty easy way for us to ban slavery there. But important to note that because of the collapse of the French government, not only did the French lose their defensive alliance with the Netherlands, they also lost it with Egypt. So if nobody's out here protecting Egypt, we might not even need a land border to get here to ban slavery. We might be able to do it just with a straight naval invasion. Ooh, we got mass conscription. Love to see it. And you know, we're gonna go ahead and try to do universal suffrage again. We've bounced off it before because of some bad stall chance rolls, but maybe we can get it this time. Now, we are building through an awful lot of turmoil here in the former Sokoto land, but because of guaranteed liberties, as well as the fact that we are able to just start incorporating them immediately and get it done in 5 years, we are going to burn off turmoil very, very quickly here. That is a meaningful advantage to having guaranteed liberties. Brazil will join our customs union if we just offer them an obligation. I'm 1000% in for that, because that means we can go ahead and start bankrolling them, and then hopefully pick up an obligation and turn them into a protectorate. Oh, and Morocco will join our customs union just of their own accord. No bribe required. You know what? Let's go ahead and take a treaty port in Egypt and use this also as an opportunity to ban slavery here. We don't strictly need the treaty port in Egypt, but any sort of land border you can create with people is going to benefit you long term, just because it's going to save you on convoys. And hey, look at that, our convoys are maxed out again. Hopefully by just getting treaty ports in a lot of different states, we can reduce our convoy requirements. Oh cool, we got universal suffrage. Yeah, we'll accept a defensive pact with Brazil, that's fine. Egypt, are you gonna fight this? You realize you're also fighting the United States right now, right, friend? All right, well, it sounds like Egypt's not afraid of anything, so we're gonna have to naval invade them. Oh man, we just keep getting waves of mass migration now because our attraction is just crazy high. What is our migration attraction looking like in the world? We are competing with the United States and pretty much just the United States for migration at this point. There's a little bit of giant migration attraction in Canada, but the map really is just us in the US. See, Egypt, you didn't have to choose violence. You could have chosen friendship. You could have chosen surrendering. You definitely could have done that. Oh my god, it looks like Antarctica down here with 5 different nations laying claim to Patagonia. If we end up with infamy at the end of the game that we can spend on fixing these borders, we will. Whoa, all right, we're back up to righteous government again, I guess. Rural folk intelligentsia are gonna lead the way. Getting British war reps actually might be pretty easy. If we annexed Burma, then we could use Burma as a front to fight the British Raj that the Great Qing troops could actually just walk through, no naval invasion required. And then we could use a war against British Raj to liberate them, take British Raj war reps, and then probably also take British war reps directly, because they have this border here too. Well, Brazil forced us via obligation to form an alliance with them, but luckily enough we have multilateral alliances, so we can have an alliance with Great Qing and with Brazil here. I like it. Whoa. All right, looks like the Patriotic Party got wiped out in that election, so now our best government we can form is social democratic, patriotic, and agrarian. That's okay. I don't mind that. It gives us a strong reliance on the lower strata, but considering that we're trying to work for and with the lower strata right now, I'm okay with it. You'll notice that our standard of living did go down after we annexed Sokoto, but that's just because we annexed hundreds of thousands of peasants. We'll fix that momentarily. In Nigeria, we've already built away or migrated away all of the peasants, but we defeated slavery in Egypt. Like I said, I think what we're going to do here is annex Burma, so that way we can use this as a front to push into the British Raj. Well, Burma is going to try to resist us, but I don't think they're going to be able to win here. We have Great Qing's troops on the ground, which is really what this is about, right? Yep, we keep absorbing massive waves of migration from the great powers. This is going to be amazing for us, although, boy, we're going to miss out really on a ton of territory here in Africa. Unfortunate. We probably should have taken control of Kenya earlier. I boffed our initial colonization, and that I think is going to have some cascading effects for us. But if we have to take Rift Valley, I am still willing to do that. Our sugar export to Russia has expanded to 40K per year. Oh my god. But you can see, just like looking at the barracks in home counties, that the British are actually using trench infantry. Fortunately, we're only 6 months away from getting trench works, but that means that we really do want to get trench works and get the debuff for training done before we fight the British. So what else can we do? Definitely not above taking a treaty port in Persia and then banning slavery there. I think that would be a nice little thing for us to do while we wait for trench infantry to come online. Persia, it's okay to back down here, friend. You're fighting a lot of stuff, and you got 34 troops right now. Are they irregular no cannons too? I suspect they must. Yeah, irregular no cannons, Persia. Just surrender. All right, war with Persia has broken out. Good luck, Persia. All right, so we hit trench works. We're not going to switch in immediately. We want our troops to land first. But once we've executed these naval invasions, we'll switch over to trench infantry. Unfortunately, whenever you change into a new type, you get a huge debuff on your stats. But it's a short-term thing, and it will bleed off. All right, we have successfully landed in Persia. Oh my god, our GDP has surpassed Great Qing's GDP. The Netherlands has surrendered a treaty port to the French. What a turnaround. They were friends for so long. It kind of made it annoying to fight the Netherlands, honestly, and now they are at each other's throats. That's fantastic. Now, banning slavery in Persia is a little annoying because you do have to get all the way through to their capital, but fortunately for us, because of our superior technology, our troops are able to just smash through even with this training debuff. But it can be tough to fight against Persia if you don't prepare for it. That's why naval invading them is so critical. Oh, go Siam. If Siam can beat the Germans here 1v1, I would be thrilled. Maybe we'll start bankrolling them just to make sure they resist the Germans as much as possible. Not that we're like enemies of the Germans, but we're not exactly friends either. All right, so if we have a US alliance, then we can potentially call them in to wars that we execute here against these guys to ban slavery, so then we don't even need a border there. That is exactly what we're looking for. And the US alliance with the UK has actually broken down as well, so we are going to have to turn on the US eventually if Oman doesn't get in line and ban slavery themselves. What a diplomatic alliance here. Brazil, US, Great Qing, Haiti. All right, Persia has given up the ghost. Our troops are down to a 17% primary equipment adjustment. That's not too bad. I think that means that we can fight the Germans if we need to, and I think if we're going to, now is exactly the time. They are currently fighting against Siam, so there's a chance that Germany won't get involved. But even if they do, they are fighting against Siam, and Siam is giving them a run for their money. The Ottomans are currently fighting with line infantry, no cannons, so I'm not going to bother doing any conscription until we see the Germans jump in on this. If they don't and we just sneak in and get ban slavery Ottoman war reps, I won't hate it. But no, there it is. Germany is going to side with the Ottomans. The Germans do have a pretty meaningful mobilization advantage because of their war with Siam, so we are going to try to make sure that we do some conscription now because we do have the advantage of training time. All right, so war with the Ottoman Empire has broken out. We have sent our troops to just defend here temporarily. I want to see if the Germans are willing to just grind with 63 offense against 117 defense for a little while, because if we can inflict some casualties on them, it will help our war score for sure. But we're gonna just try to capitulate the Ottoman Empire, march straight up here, probably want to naval invade Constantinople. That would just be a little more efficient than trying to march all the way there. Given that nobody else showed up, I guess let's do some naval invasions. Yeah, looks like we should wallop the Germans in this first battle for Bremerhaven. So far, the only front that Germany has really had any real success on is here in Siam. It would be really unfortunate for Siam if they lost Bangkok, but if they do, they do. Ooh, and our naval invasion of Eastern Thrace was successful. Yeah, that's the end of the Ottoman Empire, or, the end of slavery in the Ottoman Empire. So far, we've lost 47k due to battle and 15k due to attrition, but Germany's lost 40k due to battle and almost 40k due to attrition, but we should be able to grind them down with our Qing and US and Brazilian allies. Oh, Mexico will sign a trade agreement with us. That's cool. Wow, the Ottoman fronts are just like an absolute mess out here. All right, the Ottomans have capitulated. So now it's just us versus Germany, or our giant alliance versus Germany. All right, and Germany capitulates. So we now have just a flood of German money. That's a great place to be in, because I think once we've crushed this Shan rebellion, we will turn around and fight the British Raj and try to peel them off from the UK market. I think that's going to be a really big coup for us economically. Oh no, UK is attacking Great Qing, but they're attacking them through Korea, so we're not even a part of the war. Oh, Russia is going to be siding with Great Qing too. In that case, no, we're not gonna help Russia, Russia/Great Qing. I think they can get there on their own, because what we want to do, we don't want an obligation from Great Qing. We want to liberate subject on the British Raj. So yeah, let's liberate a subject. Let's get British war reps, Anglo-Indian war reps, ban slavery. But I don't think we're going to take anything else here. I think that's a good enough cadre of primary war goals. It also doesn't cost us any infamy, but this is going to offer us an opportunity to pull the US and Brazil in on a war against the UK. And we may end up with Great Qing as an ally. Depends on if they back down in their war against UK for Korea. But if they don't, that's okay. Great Britain has begun embargoing Denmark. That'll show the Danes. War with Great Britain has broken out. Doesn't look like UK is trying to go on the offense anywhere. That's all right by me. And we're going to go ahead and just launch a naval invasion of South Bengal. If we can just land troops here in the British Raj capital, we can destroy the British economy, or at least deal it a healthy blow. I don't want to see them rolling over Great Qing and Russia without suffering for it. We are still trying to ban slavery in the world, I promise, but in order for us to ban slavery inside of the British Empire, we do need to cut them down to size. We need to make them weak enough where the next time we attack them, or the next time, that they just back down, because we don't want to have to fight them like tooth and nail every single time. This is a costly time for us to be doing this sort of attack, though, because we don't have access to wargaming yet. Therefore, we don't have siege artillery, and the British do have trench infantry, so we are taking some pretty heavy casualties while on the attack. But the opportunity was here for us to do some damage to the British, and I think it was important we take it. There it is. Our troops have landed in South Bengal, so it looks like things are going to turn pretty badly against the British in the near to immediate future. Oh my god, we're about to score a naval victory against the UK off the coast of Cape Colony. That's incredible, and it's not even just going to be a naval victory, it's going to be a crushing naval victory down here. Eat it, Great Britain. Oh no, Burma has seceded. Well, they like to do that. Alright, so we have hit political agitation, and that means that we are going to start having feminism emerge as an ideology for our people. That's going to be really important, because we do want to make sure that we get into women's suffrage. This is a huge bonus to your workforce ratio. It's really, really great when you're struggling with pops. It might make sense to see if we can get another feminist in charge of a party out here, but given that both people in power right now are feminists, I think it makes sense for us to go ahead and click women's suffrage. Man, Great Qing is getting smashed up down here. Don't think it's gonna matter, because they don't actually have control of the war goal here, which is part of Joseon. This war is also going to be really good for us, because it's going to liberate British Raj's silk to the international market, and we really do need some silk here. We don't have a lot of territory where silk is natural, and we did not get to hold on to the Japanese. Somebody stole them. Who stole you? The Russians stole the Japanese, but we could just offer them an obligation to pull them back. We'll see. Having Japan in your customs union is like a nice little flag to put in your hat. Unlike that, a Peru-Bolivian protectorate is much more than a little flag. That's huge. That means that Peru Bolivia can't leave our customs union even if our infamy gets really high, which it might have to. Just kind of depends on how everything goes with the great powers over here. But I love making Peru Bolivia into a protectorate, not the least because we can turn around and turn them into a puppet later and then annex them. And when we turn them into a puppet or a dominion, we'll get way less infamy. It's only 9.4 infamy to reduce them from a protectorate to a dominion. That's basically nothing for a country of this size, 10 million GDP, 5 million pops. It looks like the UK would accept the deal as it stands, liberating the British Raj and war reps from both of them. Fantastic. Or a Russia trade for sugar is up to 58k now. Oh no, we're out of peasants again. Well, that is the growth here. Like the more pops that we get and the higher we can get our standard of living, the more we can keep growing our construction sector, but you do need to grow your pops in order to benefit from your construction. So we might need to get a higher level health system. It is currently limited due to the fact that it's a charity hospital, but if we got into private or public health insurance, then we should have an easier time with our mortality. Ooh, there is a French-German war going on right now. What are they fighting for? France is trying to conquer Aceh, I suppose? Yeah, I mean, if the great powers start eating each other's puppets, then that will reduce the amount of slavery in the world. So we didn't get it, but we did get a plus 10%. So we're closing in rapidly on women's suffrage, and that will unlock even more growth potential for us. So yeah, Great Britain's economy definitely has had some ups and downs. I think every single one of those down humps was a war with us, but that most recent one is going to be the most long-lasting, I'm hoping, because peeling away Bengal really is a big deal here, right? 131 million GDP and 181 million pops that just got ripped out of the British market. That's a lot of demand that the rest of the world is going to rapidly take advantage of. I mean, we are already buying 11k worth of artillery from Bengal, selling them 7.58k worth of luxury furniture, buying 7k worth of silk. I mean, just having them independent on the world is going to be huge. Ooh, if we owe Morocco an obligation, they'll become a protectorate. So I didn't notice that both Moldavia and Wallachia have slave trade, so we're going to need to do a couple of things. I think we are going to need to fight the Ottomans, and I think we are going to need to force them to release Bulgaria. Because if we can turn Bulgaria into a puppet, then we can use them as a front from which to attack slavery here. But it's good that I'm putting interest down everywhere, because there's some really weird countries that still have slavery. And see, there's just 36 left according to this. But I think our infamy is low enough, because we've been fighting all these wars to just liberate people, that I think we can go ahead and puppet Transvaal. Actually, let's just make them into a dominion. Like, we don't need to get an extra 5 infamy for basically nothing. Oh, Orange River Sovereignty abandoned their ally in Transvaal. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Transvaal, are you really going to try to fight us and Great Qing and Brazil and the US? I'm not even annexing you, buddy. Well, either Transvaal's brave or insane, but they have decided to fight us. You know, just out of curiosity, if we go ahead and enable automobile production, I guess we should get our oil lined up first. But if we can get our oil lined up and then activate automobile, I think you'd be in a good shape to get into motorized here for our reconnaissance. And that's a nice little bonus, right? +5 offense, +5 defense, +10% provinces captured. That's a meaningful upgrade. Great Britain and Germany are going to have a war here for Mekong. All right, cool. Yeah, the more people we have fighting over Southeast Asia, the better. Oh no, women's suffrage, you gotta make it, buddy. All right, well, Transvaal has been defeated and now slavery is banned there. But now I'm hoping if we just go through and just do ban slavery diplo plays on people, that they'll just back down. You know what? We'll even add war reps and open market, but not make them primaries, just to give these guys a reason to back down. All right, well, we got malaria prevention right on time to colonize like nothing, because the world has been colonized by the Europeans. It's unfortunate. We did miss our great opportunity to do some colonization there. We're gonna fail scramble for Africa though, because we're gonna have basically no unincorporated states in Africa, just due to the fact that we need those incorporated states to make sure our tax base grows. Yep, GDP go up. But more important to me, at least, is pop go up, because we've been desperately short on pops, and now we're finally getting there. I cannot believe it. Acholi did not back down, so now we have to go through the effort of actually invading them. But hey, this alliance with the United States actually might end up being a lot easier than I thought. We'll still need to fight the US when it comes down to slave trade for Oman, but if we can use the US to end slavery all over Africa, I'll take it. Oh man, our population is actually starting to close in on the United States and even closing in on Bengal. Wouldn't be impossible for us to overtake France either, depending on where we can conquer. That would be pretty embarrassing, France, if Haiti outstripped you in population. No one will ever invite you to any cool board game parties ever again. Oh, women's suffrage, please. Come on now. 3 rolls at 53%. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Oh my god. Alright, so Qing has 50 million debt, which means that they're not going to be as useful an ally as you'd hope, because they could potentially have a bankruptcy crisis here. But if we take on debt, we'll get an obligation from them. And right now we're at minus 49 to get them to switch to our customs union. I think if we get an obligation here, we can pull Great Qing into our market instead of the Russian market, which would simultaneously be really chaotic for Russia, but also be incredible for us. Let's do it. Yes, Great Qing accepted our offer to change to our customs union. Whoa, baby. All right, so that means that we're gonna have some trade routes that we're gonna need to cancel here, because there's gonna be a lot of negative trade routes now that we've pulled China out of Russia's market. But now we have Great Qing in our market, which means that we can trade and purchase and interact with the global economy in a much stronger position than we were just a moment ago. Because being able to use our demand to buy other people's goods, it's going to be incredible for the people conducting trade. All right, well, Acholi fought us. We managed to ban slavery there, but now we are down to 33 nations left. 33 nations left with slavery, and not a lot of really powerful nations with slavery left for that matter. We may end up wanting to pull Bengal in as an ally or something like that so that we can get access here, but we are going to have to fight Russia, and so I think it's actually pretty useful that we managed to peel Great Qing off. But we're going to be looking forward to doing that in our next episode, because now with 390 million GDP plus a Great Qing as a member of our customs union, we really are probably higher than rank number 4 in the world in terms of real power. And you know, if Germany is going to be a friend of ours, maybe we can get an alliance with them, and then we could use them to help us attack Moldavia and Wallachia. That would be pretty good. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode of Liberty or Death here on We Play Games. I think we're in pretty solid shape. Oh, we're number 2 in terms of standard of living, just behind Orange River Sovereignty and ahead of Pontianak. We will definitely be growing our industrialization even further and hopefully getting women's suffrage passed. I'm really hoping we can get this done, because it would really help out if we had way fewer dependents here. But even if we can't get it, we did a lot this episode. We got to ban slavery in Bengal, Egypt, the Ottoman Empire, and bring Great Qing into our market. So I think that was an eventful decade for Haiti. All right, that's Walker. Take care.